Welcome in, everyone, to the Challenge After Show. Today, Pamela and I are talking about the Challenge USA Season 2, Episode 13, Treason for the Season.
Woo, baby.
That's right, because there was some treason that happened tonight, and we're going to break all that
Listen.
down. Oh, Pamela doesn't think, okay, this is going to
Oh
be good.
no, you're right. There was treason. There was treason. There was treason, if that's what we're calling it. There was.
Well, it was a big Josh storyline, so I'm sure you were pumped about that, Pamela.
We go from betrayal to being the overly used word to now it's treason. So
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being real, it's more betrayal than treason, but hey, I'm not gonna complain.
There was a lot of betrayal in the episode. There was a lot of bawling in the episode. There was a lot of backstabbing in the episode. A lot of B words in this episode.
Yep.
Yep, there
Brawling,
sure were.
backstabbing babies.
Baby, I was going to say, I didn't want to be mean, but he was being a big baby now, wasn't he? Before we, before that we get into the daily challenges, one thing I want to talk about, because I just think it's such an interesting, the challenges changed so much over these seasons. And this was like, I watched this scene and I was like, what the hell am I watching? Okay, so I don't mind this at all. It's fine. Chanel is like braiding Corey's hair, doing something to Corey's hair. And, you know, Corey says, why do you want to be a challenge champion? And I'm just like, if this was the challenge in the year 2000, who the hell ever asked that question? Like, why is that it just wasn't a thing. It's the world has changed. And like, that's a hot topic. Like what, like there used to be like, hey, who's hooking up with who, or who can drink the most alcohol? And I'm not saying that has to be what the whole challenge is about, but it's just so different now, Pamela. And I just was like, what is it? I didn't care about this scene, but go on.
Nope, I agree with you. They had to give us some reason, because she was not able to do it the entire season, to give a shit if this girl moves forward at all. So in order to do that, they had to have Corey say, why
Yep.
do you want to be a challenge champion? So they could edit together
Yep.
a story about how she was left out on Survivor or whatever the
Yep.
fuck show she was on. Didn't watch it, made no impact on this show at all. They couldn't even edit together points from the season we just watched to make us care. They had to go back to her previous show because this girl had so little impact on social gameplay, drama. Not that there's a ton of it, but she was literally the least memorable person. That they had to do this because usually when there's that setup stuff in the beginning, it's they get into a fight or you care, they crossed someone. There's nothing to even do to create a storyline about her. I honestly hardly remember her name.
Chanel. When they saw Chanel win, the producers went back and started to scramble, and they're like, "Oh my God, we have to have." I wouldn't be surprised if that scene was filmed after she won, because we need something to put in about you because you've been invisible this entire season. Cassidy deserved to be there. We all know Cassidy deserved to be there. I cannot wait to talk to you about how BS, whatever that kind of crappy ass, half-assed, thought through hall brawl that we witnessed, it was garbage. It was garbage because a hall brawl is meant to show off strength. It's over after you run over or run through or run under your opponent. It should end with a bell. There shouldn't be another option to be. Pamela, I want to almost talk about it right now. It wasn't a
hall brawl. Talk about times have changed. I mean, last season we had, I think last CBS season, we had them with like much more protective gear than they usually have. This time they had like mattresses in front of them. This was not a hall brawl. Let's call this like
but Pamela,
a hall sprawl. Like I don't know.
You're right when you say that, but I don't even. I get what you're saying about the floaties or whatever the hell they had, like a mat. It was a mat. It was like I'd be like doing an ab workout on this mat. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind that they had the mat because they still had to hit each other. But what was like? How much time are they really saving? Like I would have just like gone to the side and kind of just squished around it because I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter if I beat you up right now. Right. I have to go solve a puzzle now. So it took away the whole idea of having to have the strength. If I'm running in there, I was like, I wouldn't even have run. I would have waited let him run by me, and then I would have gone through and then hoped to solve the puzzle 3 seconds later. You didn't need it. It should have just been a hall brawl. And also, the puzzle sucked because you didn't even have to try. All you had to do was run back and forth and guess numbers. Because honestly, how many squares could there possibly been? I'm not going to guess 100. I'm going to guess 7 to 10 and hope that one of them hits. It has to be. This whole thing was bullshit. Cassidy got robbed, and I'm really upset by it because she earned her way in. Chanel should not be in this final right now. I hope that she sucks at it to prove that, yo, producers, you guys screwed this up. Cassidy deserved to be there.
I agree with you 100%. I feel more mad at the puzzle part than the hall brawl part, but combining them for the excitement of a hall brawl was just so stupid.
It took away from the hall brawl.
From a real hall brawl. And then the puzzle, you're right, was a lame guessing game. Like, let me go back. 8, 9.
Now, if they wanted to make the puzzle a cheating puzzle, because you can cheat at that puzzle. Fessy didn't look at the puzzle. He went back and forth. He should have been disqualified for that. Get him out. Not that I want Josh in the final either, but I can't believe producers. You test these games ahead of time. Are you telling me not one of you all thought, hey, maybe they won't take this puzzle seriously and they'll just keep running back and forth guessing numbers? Like, these games are tested ahead of time. I watched the Official Challenge podcast. They had the producer of the show on there. He talked about how everyone tests these puzzles out. And these games out. What are you doing? This is the first time I was like, you done effed up. Aaron. You messed this up.
Done effed up. I agree. At least the hall brawl could have been better or longer or realer. And then you're going to get there for the equalizer puzzle part. The hall brawl part could have been real. We agree. I don't even have anything more to say about it. It's so freaking
we can move on for sure. But
I'm pissed. Like, after a season of really good, kind of creative, interesting, out of the box eliminations, to have the most important one be just so dumb. Like, I couldn't even be as satisfied as I wanted to seeing Josh lose. Because it's like he lost to Fessy's guesses. I mean,
but that's my problem with it. It's like you weren't going to gain anything on your opponent by beating the living crap out of him unless you literally broke his legs and he couldn't get over to the puzzle. You're gaining 3 seconds by slamming into each other. It takes away everything you care about, which is the strength and the endurance of nailing the guy. Now, if it was just a hall brawl and they had the pads, I get what you're saying. It still would have been, I thought, to see those two titans, it would have been great. I would have enjoyed it. But the whole time I'm thinking,
we could have literally gone in and been like, let me walk past. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do the puzzle.
Who wants to walk through first? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
When I saw them hitting each other, I'm like, why am I invested in them getting, I don't care that Fessy had a slight lead on Josh. It doesn't matter.
Unless you knock them out cold, it doesn't matter.
I was like, this is
unless
pointless.
It was that down to the wire. Like, it really
ruined it. All right, we're done.
I agree.
I closed the book. We agree.
I want to turn the page on this.
And someone in the comment section is going to be like, you guys are so wrong. It was, please defend it, because I can't wait to hear the BS that's trying to be in defense of what we saw in that elimination.
Is up with Fessy only ever being in hall brawls. I really call some sort of conspiracy. That's the word. Sorry, I am tired, but Dan, there's a conspiracy. You guys, I'm sure he's been in maybe one other one, but we need to look up Fessy's eliminations, because I swear at least 3 out of 5 have been hall brawls.
I wrote down, oh my God, yes. I wrote down a double conspiracy. Since we had a double elimination tonight, I wrote down a double conspiracy that I will share with y'all later. That's a tease. No, I'll tease it. It is so interesting to me. It has to deal with the hopper, so I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Ooh, I can't wait.
This is one where I was like, so pumped that it popped into my head. I'm like, I love this conspiracy. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
So let's get to the daily challenge. Why was it called Burst Your Bubble? What was the name of this thing? Which that can't be it. That can't be it. But that's what I have written down. Whatever.
They climbed
up and then they walked a balance beam.
Walked across the thing. Was there any bubble?
I don't know why I have it down as Burst Your Bubble. That doesn't seem like that would be the name for this, but that's what I wrote down. Whatever. Who cares? It was what I loved about this. I actually liked the daily challenge. So congrats. I did like it. It was it's weird because I was complaining last week to you girls about how I hate the 3D challenges and I don't know the maze. I'm like, I don't know where anybody is. I don't know who's ahead of who.
You want to see a real.
This was a linear old school challenge. It's like, and I swear to you, I didn't look ahead. I didn't know this was going to happen. It's like they'd listened to our show. It's exactly what I wanted. And I loved every minute of it because it actually, now nobody fell. We didn't get to see a cool fall. So that was disappointing because you always like to see them fall, not to get hurt, but just because it's kind of cool to see someone fall from that type of height. There was some drama with the Michaela stuff. So yeah. And then it's funny because Cassidy says it's crucial for her to win the, or she needs someone that she trusts to win. And I said, I really wrote down, Cassidy, who the hell can you trust?
Anyone you trust is going to send you in.
Who is it? Like, that's why I was like, why did they use that? Now, that was a confessional that they used. I'm like, where are they pulling this from?
Right.
She has no one that she can trust. Like, I didn't get that. It was so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. We'll have to follow up with Cassidy on that one. And see,
you know what's funny, Pam? I did this exact type of rope challenge like in high school. Like, it wasn't over water, obviously.
I was going to say, that is, your high school's playing fast and loose.
I grew up on a lake, Pam. I grew up on a lake. So my high school was on a lake. Everything's on a lake now.
Different rules there.
But no, they had us in harnesses and stuff. So we were attached. If we fell, like, you would just they had you harnessed all in the crotch area, like all done up and stuff. So
I mean, maybe, I don't know if this is trust per se, but it is weak sauce to put Cassidy in again. I feel like if someone won that wanted to get rid of either Desi or Tori, that would be good. Like, Pamela, I don't know.
That was who won. Who won this thing?
Michaela.
Yeah.
She decided not to burn Tori at this point because I don't know why exactly.
I'm so happy you brought this up. If you are a Michaela fan, I wrote this down. You should be super upset that she didn't pull the trigger. She's been talking about it for 2 episodes. Yeah, sure, she denied it to Michelle, but that was all a lie. This was her moment. She knew. She was told by TJ, hey, guess what? If you win, you're going to the final. Why BF?
Right.
Would she not put Tori in there?
She should have. She should have. It was a weak ass, lame ass move. Because again, of course, they're going to come back and be mad at you, but it doesn't matter. It's the final.
It's the final.
Like, this is the last time. There's no more voting people in. So who gives a shit if they're mad at you? Take out the strongest competitors.
Pamela, why do we agree on everything tonight?
I don't know.
What the hell's going on here?
So easy because I am a Michaela supporter, but I was like, really? You're going to vote in Cassidy? That's so fucking dumb.
It made 0 sense because I get you don't want to burn any other bridges, but why does it matter? It's, there's a final coming up, and guess what? That hall brawl, you can say, oh, Tori could have won that. Yeah, anyone else can too because there was a friggin' puzzle to literally equalize a hall brawl. I cannot believe there was an equalizer. There was an equalizer for a hall brawl. I never thought I'd see the day. I can't
even enjoy Josh's defeat because it's such a stupid fucking victory. It's like, Josh lost because, I want to be like, yes, Josh got pwned, man. But no, Josh lost because Fessy went 8, 9, 10. All right, we're turning the page, but it's like such an unsatisfying.
Screw it. I'm doing my conspiracy right now because we're talking about the damn hall brawl again. At first, I thought producers added the puzzle to make it an equalizer because they knew because you can add this puzzle later. Like, if they knew, they always want the hall brawl to be the last one, the last elimination before the final, right, Pam? I get that. But then when they realized that Chris won and Michaela won, they were like, oh crap, Chris won. We might lose Bananas. We might lose. He's our guy. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if Fessy went to the producers and said, hey guys, don't want to see me in another final? I'm your challenge, darling. So I thought producers added the puzzles literally to make it an equalizer because Bananas is getting old. And if he has to go against a Fessy, who producers knew Chris was going to throw Fessy down there, this was Chris's moment. Finally. They wanted their darling Bananas to have a chance to win this thing. So they added the puzzle. There's a conspiracy. Thoughts on that? And then I'll get into the other one.
I don't know what to say about that. I feel like it's not out of line, But then why even have a fake hall brawl? It's so stupid. It's the worst of both worlds. It was a stupid puzzle, first of all. I freaking hate those things because don't even get me started. I love puzzles and I do them in my spare time on my phone. And whenever it's that kind, I'm like, this is so dumb because to some you could like do infinity of like squares that are in there, depending on how. I hate that kind of puzzle, first of all.
Yeah.
And again, it negated the point of the hall brawl. Having someone win to get a 0.2 lead to go do the stupid puzzle doesn't even matter. So I wish that if they were going to have a hall brawl, then they had something else, a fake hall brawl. Wish they just didn't even have the hall brawl. If they were going to have a double part, they shouldn't have called it the hall brawl because it wasn't a hall brawl.
Yeah. So my original conspiracy before I kind of realized that one was, did they ever show, like they ever do, TJ showing what ball he pulls out of the damn hopper?
I mean, I feel like they don't show the camera and his hand, but they show him putting allegedly.
They never show. Why can't TJ just hold the ball up and say, yep, it says Josh's name. See, everybody? They didn't show that. And I thought, oh, okay, Bananas had 5 votes. Josh only had 2, but somehow I get the odds can still happen. And TJ always likes to remind us of that because he wants it to be like, it only takes 1 name. So we don't call his bullshit out when clearly Bananas' name was probably on that ball, but they said Josh's name just to say it. So my conspiracy was they want to save Bananas' ass no matter what, whether it be a puzzle if he has to go in or whether Josh's name not get pulled up. Like they just wanted to make sure that Bananas had a chance to make it to this damn final. So
I don't think they care about Bananas as much as you do, apparently, and I'm all for conspiracies, but I believe it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to believe.
Do you think there was a chance that Bananas' name was on that ball and he just said Josh's name because he
There's a chance for sure. I believe anything. I believe there's any chance of anything, but I think it would have been, well, I guess they want to see Bananas in another final. I just feel like it would have been so much more dramatic to the show if Bananas went in.
Let's do this. Okay, well, we'll name all the guys. Okay, now eliminate one guy you don't care to see in the final. Okay, it's that simple. You've got Bananas. You've got Chris. Who doesn't want to see Chris? Chris deserves to be there. We all know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got Corey, who's never won a final. Do you want to see Corey finally win a final, maybe?
I've sort of given up on Corey. No offense on Corey, but
then you have Josh and Fessy. So just take one of them out. I don't care who you take out.
Josh.
There you go. Then there
obviously
you go.
Josh is our throwaway. For sure, 100%. And yeah, no, Josh, I mean, for me, I don't even like Josh Mosh. I almost don't care about the whole guys part of this. As stupid as that is, I'm not upset about Cassidy, who earned her place.
That was worse. Obviously, that was worse. Yes.
Yeah, like with Josh, it's like, Josh, whatever. I'm glad because he didn't do anything.
Do you want to see Josh like kind of suck at the final? Do you want to see how bad he is at it? Do you want to see if he could be good at it? Because I bet there's people that want to see that.
I don't even want that satisfaction of him making it to a final, especially when he did nothing. If he was the Cassidy or the Chris of the season, if Josh had his back against the wall all season and came out swinging and really earned his spot, I would say, oh my God, yeah, let's let him into a final. Let's see. Yeah, he's earned it. But he shouldn't even be here, in case you don't remember from his very first one when he was a default because Josh shouldn't even be on the show. Josh already won $50,000 or $500,000 by default by some stroke of luck on his first show on the Big Boys Club or whatever the fuck it's called, Big Brother. And I don't need to see that happen again. So no, I don't need him to slide his way into a final and have a nice Tori and Chris win and decide to split all the money and Josh is earning $100,000 for having Bananas protect him this season. No fucking thank you.
That's what it was.
No thucking was thank you and fucking no thunking thank you. No thunking thank you. I don't need to see that from Josh. He's already won as much money as I make in a year probably on a TV show, like, or something close to it or more than it, and I don't need to see it. So
who do you think Josh should have voted for when he went to the secret vote to do the secret vote?
Corey.
Okay. You nailed it.
Banana's the only one making sense at this point. All these people are idiots. It's like if everybody votes for Corey in your alliance, then Fessy doesn't want him and you don't want to ruin your friendship with Fessy. Josh, who doesn't give a shit about you. And again, Josh, sorry, this is why I don't hate Josh, but why I just have to go finish my rant on Josh. The tears again, and I swear on my puppy's life, and la 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 la. Listen, you're an asshole now, Josh. You're an asshole. You can game and you can say, I don't know, and I'm stressed out. And you can do what Tori did and say, buddy, I voted you in. Sorry, Josh. That's even a way to do it.
Yep.
Dude, I told Corey in these I made a last minute deal with Corey. I said I wouldn't do it. I had to vote you in. Sorry, bud. Josh doesn't hate Tori now. Their friendship wasn't over. If Josh said to Betsy, I get it, but I almost got sent home last year like you did because we got into a fight, and he doesn't even have to say that. He could just say, look, I told Bananas, I promised on Mamacita's life I wouldn't vote in him. So you're going to look that guy in the eye and then vote in to give Pessy who you want. It's idiotic. Dare I say it's bananas, but it's not even bananas. It's smarter than he's such a fucking idiot.
He's so weird. Josh is so weird because he goes, I immediately regret this decision. I should have gone the other way. I'm like, wait a minute. If you went the other way, Josh, you would have voted for Fessy and then regretted that decision and thought you should have gone to Bananas. So both those don't make sense, Josh. Use your brain.
He voted for who Fessy didn't want. He's so licking Fessy's ass that he didn't even vote not for Fessy. So Fessy was the vote from Chris. So the winners voted Fessy in.
He didn't vote. The reason he didn't vote Corey is because Fessy didn't want Corey.
That is like, okay, man, I'll not vote you in, but not voting someone because you don't want me to is like 2 degrees too far of a loyalty vote. It was so stupid of Josh. And
it's just the things he said didn't make sense to me because, dude, no matter what decision you made, you were going to regret it. Like, you can't live. That doesn't make sense. You vote Bananas, you're going to regret putting Fessy. You vote Fessy, you're going to vote Banana. You're going to regret putting
He was never going to vote Fessy. That's what I'm saying. Fessy was already off the table. Fessy was already in. So when you're saying vote Fessy, you mean vote Corey, who Fessy doesn't want. If Fessy is that petty that he's going to end a friendship with Josh because he voted for Corey and Fessy didn't want him to. That's
his only choices. His only choices, obviously, were Corey and Bananas. Yes. That's what I meant though. When I said Fessy, I meant Corey, right?
Fessy's going in. And Fessy, if you're scared of Corey in a hall brawl, then fuck you too. If you are scared.
You are on another level tonight about this episode.
It's so stupid, and it's all Josh's fault. So thank God he went home.
And it's so funny though, with all this though, the episode made me mad, but at the same time, I actually felt mad. I wasn't like, I'm bored.
No, I'm like getting mad thinking about it again. And more so for the girls.
But that goes to show that the season was good. I'm not going to say very good. It was a good season of this new age challenge because it's never going to be as good as it was. But it was a good version of what the challenge is nowadays.
Yeah. Just wholesome gameplay, like Big Brother, without, sex, drugs, and rock and roll getting involved and all the fun stuff. Josh played a stupid game. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But Cassidy did not deserve this fate. No. Josh deserved this fate.
One last thing before I want to talk about Cassidy for sure. Okay. Can Josh vote for himself and just put himself?
Yes, and he said to Bananas, "I'd rather put a vote on my own." No, but I'm wondering though,
is there when Josh goes into the secret vote, is he actually allowed to grab his own ball and put it up there?
Oh, it's your dog. That's so trippy. I just saw
it's my
dog.
It
was my dog, but I'm not in your house. Oh my God. That's funny. I was like, my dog, what is it on a table?
Rosie's on the bed. She got a new toy today. She got a dinosaur. Aww. She's holding it in her mouth right here. And my Stacy just got home, and I think she's gonna go show her.
Okay.
She loves to present
I literally thought it was my house.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
But anyway, so I would like clarification. I want clarification. Maybe in the comment section, someone can tell us: were people allowed to throw themselves in? Because if Josh was having such an issue, why can't he just put himself in? Because there's no guarantee that he goes in.
He would in his cry-fessional to Bananas.
Cry-fessional.
He told Bananas, I would sooner put a vote on my own name than put a vote on you.
Then do it.
And to which Josh Banana said, why would you do that? Because why would you do that? He's like, just vote for Corey, dude. Like,
well, but
that
then
was what he said in But Yes You Can. And yes, Josh vowed with his blood and his sweat and his everything that he would never vote in Bananas. He would sooner vote in himself.
Let me say something else though, real quick. This is great. I don't. Bananas is being a little ridiculous here though too, because the only reason that Bananas isn't voting Josh is because Bananas wants Josh to be in the final with him. Bananas knows that Josh is the supposed layup. He has no experience, blah, blah, blah. So when Josh is like, when Bananas is like, yo, Josh, I would never do that to you. But I wish Josh would be like, that's because you think I'm the layup, though. Like, there's a difference here.
Josh doesn't think that.
I wish he would have called Bananas out, because Bananas is making himself sound, I've used this word, holier than never right now.
I don't even think Bananas is. He's sounding just rational to Josh's histrionic idiocy.
He is. But I do think there's an underlay that Bananas is never going to say out loud, which is, dude, I want you in the final with me, but because you're the weaker player.
But he wasn't sounding noble when he was saying, dude, throw fucking Corey in. He was saying, you're not going to throw me in. We've been working together. Why would you ever fucking throw me in? If it's Fessy's the choice, the obvious choice is Corey. Pamela, what is wrong with you?
Pamela, he loves himself some Fessy, though. And Fessy asked him not to put Corey in. So that's kind of like putting Fessy in by putting Corey in, if that makes sense, too.
Josh's brain, maybe. I'm just so glad for Josh's sake that it worked out the way it did, or for my sake, or I don't know if for Josh's sake is the right verbiage, but I'm so glad Josh got fucked by his own fucked, that he got foisted by his own petard.
Another level.
Yeah, got caught up with him. I'm so happy. Poor. And then we have to move on to the other person that got screwed in this and didn't deserve it is poor fucking Cassidy.
Yeah.
And I wish there was some way. Oh, they just put her in. I wish Chris didn't put her in. That's so.
Yeah, what was that about?
So fucked up. Like they'd been through the same thing together. I wish he was like, I'm not going to do that, Cassidy.
He wanted Fessy so bad. Maybe he just made them a deal with Michaela. But if I'm Chris,
I think that was it.
If I'm Chris, I'm saying, hey, Michaela, why would we put Cassidy in there? I get she's good at eliminations, but like it's also a very chancy thing. Why not put Tori in there, who's your bigger competition, and we kill two birds with one stone? Yeah, I don't know.
Or if you don't care, then Chanel. If you really don't care, you're gonna throw it away on fucking what's her name?
Well, she didn't want. I mean, technically, Michaela's been working with Chanel, so Cassidy
who cares? It's the last thing. If you're gonna put in, then put in.
I don't know.
This girl there. And, well, she said, I don't want to put it. Been working with these girls. Whatever. It doesn't make any sense. I felt so bad for Cassidy, who took it like a champ, like a fucking champ. Unlike these other babies that we've seen in the house, and Bananas, she's like, I've been in 4 times, I'll be in again, whatever.
You know what we say about those people, though, like her, Horatio, Chris, they've punched their ticket to another season, guaranteed.
Yes, so, guaranteed, but she should deserve to punch her ticket to the final. It's so unfair for her, who won all those eliminations, to lose at this moment. With Josh, it's like, who cares? You didn't do anything. And that's how I would have felt about, what's her name? They should have, and they could have very easily justified it. Also, who cares? Because it doesn't matter at that point. Those people can't put you in, but they should have put in Chanel and been like, we picked these people that haven't gone into an elimination. We just can't put Cassidy in again. It's fair for Josh and Chanel to have to go in because they've never gone in. That they could have been like, that's how we picked this. Sorry, you have to earn your spot down there. I mean, it wouldn't have made any difference, I don't think, because it still was Chanel versus Cassidy. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it just sucks that as much as I'm glad that Josh got sent home, I feel like there should have been some, I don't know, can't she get a skull or like a red star or something and throw that out there?
Keep her around.
Put that in where she's earned her time not to go in again.
Before we go today, we obviously have to talk about who we think is going to win this final and who we want to win. Let's write down the names. We only get to do this once a season. This is so much fun. I've got Fessy, Corey, Bananas, and Chris. And on the female side, we have Chanel, Tori, Desi,
Michaela.
Thank you. All right.
Can we say who we want to win?
Let's do want first, because that's more of a passionate thing.
Yeah.
You go first. Ladies first, of course.
I want Chris.
Yep. Okay.
Michaela.
All right. I want now Michaela's had the best storyline as for the females this entire season. It's been better than Tori's, better than Desi's, and definitely better than Chanel's. And I loved Desi at the beginning of this season, but she kind of fell off for me and didn't. It just sucks. And like Tori's already won, but Michaela's kind of pissed me off. I don't have a truth. I don't honestly, as long as Chanel doesn't win, I want the other. I wouldn't.
Chanel's not going to win.
Okay, that's fair too, because obviously I don't think so either. I don't care, honestly, if Tori, Desi, or Michaela win, I don't care. So as far as want, I don't care. Who I think's going to win, we'll get into that later. Okay. I don't care which woman wins except Chanel. I'd be a little upset if she won because I don't think she deserves it. And guy side, of course, I want Chris to win. I think he deserves it the most.
Yeah.
Again, there's going to be people that want Corey because he's never won before. And he's been around longer than a lot of these guys.
About Corey. I don't want Fessy to win. I would rather Bananas win than Fessy. I don't want Fessy to be a challenge champ.
Well, I don't care if he's challenge champ, but I would want Banana. And I'm not even a Banana. I mean, I was always a West guy, not a Bananas guy. But I'm obviously like, I like older vets. I'm an old school challenge fan. So I would, in order, I want it to be Chris, Bananas, Corey, Fessy.
I'm Chris, Corey, Bananas, Fessy.
And I'm fine with that too. I was going to say, I would flip-flop Corey, Bananas all day.
I don't think Bananas needs another win, and I would love to see Fessy never, ever, ever win. Ever.
And as far as the female go, literally a tie for top. Tori, Desi, Michaela, and then I put Chanel below that. But like you said, give me your four. You want Michaela first?
So order would be Michaela, then Tori, then Desi, then Chanel. I love Tori. I wouldn't be like super upset to see her win or anything. I just love to see. I think Michaela's earned it. I think she has the heart, the drive. We've seen her overcome stuff. Her storyline's been a little stronger this season, and she did just rely pretty much on herself. I mean,
I think producers are trying to get us away from thinking Michaela could win, because don't they show in the next on like her on the ground?
I didn't see that coming.
They show her on the ground at one point, so I'm like, they want us to think she's not going to win. Maybe that's going to mean that she is going to win. They're trying to like deter.
Yeah. They always mess around.
Yeah, they're trying to deter us. Let's go on who we think is going to win now. Who do you think is honestly going to win?
I think for the guys, it's really hard. Like I don't know. I don't think Corey's going to win, unfortunately. Therefore, I think just Chris has pulled some. I think all three of these guys have been real decent. I think it's really going to come down to Fessy and Chris.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, but
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong here.
Oh, really? Those are my top two votes. Or Bananas and Chris.
I think Bananas has.
Which I hope.
I know Bananas is older. I get Bananas is an older guy, He's got the most experience out of all these guys, and you know damn well this is going to come down to a puzzle. And sorry, but there's no way Corey's doing that. Maybe he gets lucky and I'm wrong, but Corey's automatically in my fourth spot. Fessy, I'll put him in my third spot because honestly, I don't think he's that great at puzzles either. The puzzles we saw him win this year were the guessing game puzzles. We saw it when he got to go on the semi-truck, and they had to do that puzzle where they jumped on the trampoline. He guessed. He guessed. And then that elimination puzzle, he guessed. There was no thought put into this. I don't trust Fessy with puzzles. It's coming down to Bananas or Chris for me. I give a slight edge to Bananas because of the experience.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to say Chris because I want him to beat Bananas.
I know, but we're not doing that right now, Pamela.
I know, but who do I really think? I don't know. For me, it's like, I could do this. So I'm going to agree with your top two. And then who I really think, I don't know. Unfortunately, my gut's saying Bananas. So I'm going to go Bananas, but I don't know. And then I think we can literally scratch out Desi and Chanel. I do not think they have the heart. I don't think they have the desire.
Okay.
And it's going to be really hard, and you have to push yourself. And I think they're going to be like, I want to win, but I don't want to hurt Michaela's feelings. Like, they're weak. They're weak in terms of at that point, whereas Tori and Michaela are killers. They have killer competitive instincts. I don't mean they're murderers. I'm not calling Michaela or
I
Tori,
know.
a murderer. No, but they have this killer thing that switches on, and I think Banana has it too, and I think Chris has it too, which has gotten him out of them. And I do not think those other two girls have it, and I feel like that's almost at this point as strong a thing as one of your skill sets.
Okay, so who you before I give you my opinion, who wins, Tori or Michaela?
I don't know. I think there's never been two evenly. I think Michaela might be a little bit better at maybe puzzles. I'm not sure. Yep. We know Tori's not. She needs a Devin. That's not her strength.
Okay.
It's not that she's not good at them, because we've seen her do okay, but I don't know how good Michaela does on puzzles and stuff. I feel like she's
fine.
well.
I think she'd be fine at that.
I think she's very smart, so she might have a tiny advantage on that. So I'm gonna say I think Michaela wins.
All right, so I think it comes down. Here's my opinion on who I think is going to win. I think it definitely comes down to Tori Michaela. I'm sorry, but it does. But I'm not putting Desi as far out as you are. I think that at the beginning of this season, we saw a little more heart than we did. The rest of the season, we saw nothing, but she also wasn't featured ever on anything. And she had that really bad look where she apologized to Tori for playing a game. All right, when I play Monopoly and I win Monopoly and I have everybody's properties, I don't say, I'm so sorry, guys. Please play with me again. Exactly. I say, do better next time if you want to beat my ass. That's what I say.
It is a competition.
Correct.
And I agree with you 1,000,000%, but there were two instances this season where we've seen Desi, what I'm calling, be soft or weak. One was, I believe she won something or was up for something and cried and had imposter syndrome and felt like, am I good?
I remember.
And then she muscled up and womaned up and did a good job, and I think won or went into elimination, but she cried and she did something where I was like, oh, maybe I should just vote myself in. Something like that. She kind of broke down. And then again with the I betrayed Tori.
I know. That one was worse. That one was the worst one.
I'm like, you just don't have what it takes. I mean,
so now that I said that it comes down to Tori and Michaela, I'm sorry, but I'm a sucker. I'm taking the bait. Something happens to Michaela. They showed her on the ground, and I know that they want me to take the bait, and I'm taking it, and I'm going to say Tori wins again, and she wins two. She has 2 wins.
So I would,
even though this is Michaela's, but this is Michaela's season to win. She's proven that she's played the best game out of any girl in the house.
I would be happy with Tori and Chris or Michaela and Bananas. But if I will be frustrated if goddamn Bananas and Tori win. So give me one of the underdogs.
Oh, you want a newbie and an old bee?
I'm not saying I'd love it to be Chris and Michaela. I think both of those two.
Okay, so 2 newbies or
a newbie and an old bee, but do not give me a Bananas and a Tori.
What if Fessy and Chanel win? How happy I'll be like this season. Like what if that, and you know what? I'm sorry, but there's no way, because I'm sorry. Wes said it best when he was on our show. Producers are gonna help him. I mean, he didn't say that, but like producers are gonna make sure that does not.
Producers gonna produce, and
producers gonna produce.
If they did their best job to get us to care about Chanel with a clip from a different television show, then there's not much riding on her.
If Michelle doesn't come in dead last,
Chanel, we already forgot her name. It's Chanel. I'd love Michelle to come in and take her place. She at least was interesting to watch.
I'm going Cassidy.
Chanel, I hope Chanel gets out on like the first fake, like doesn't even go on to the whole competition.
Yeah.
Just because she hasn't done shit.
I'm pumped for this. I'm pumped for this final on Thursday.
Me too.
I think this is going to be
Chanel's best moment, which they could have showed, was when she fought Josh, and they could have turned it into a storyline. The producers could have produced this, where they said, "Oh, these two, had a fight, but neither one of them have actually been in a thing. Let's push for that." They didn't do that. They showed us a different television show she was on, where she was the odd woman out, and who cares? This time she was protected and coasted by the Survivor Alliance and didn't see a fucking elimination, and then took out Cassidy, and it sucks.
Well, we are 3 days from this elimination. So in the comment section, you all have 3 days to tell us who you think and who you want. Those are 2 very different things. If they're the same, they're the same. So congratulations, but they should probably be different just based on who you might like, who you might not like, and et cetera, et cetera. So please, we want all the comments in there of who you think is going to win and who you want to win. This is your only chance. You get 1 chance a season to do this. So there you go.
One chance, one shot.
You could we technically try to do it at the beginning of the season too, like after the first episode air. Hey, who do you like? Who do you not like? But this is like, who's in the final now. So you have a 25% chance to get it right. So
yeah, let's place your bets, everybody.
Place your bets. This is the I love this. I love it. This episode, the challenge of the final eve and the final are just it's like Christmas and Christmas Eve. It really is.
I have to say, for all my bitching about stupid Josh, what a great comeuppance at the end. Like, producer's going to produce, and they did. I really liked this season more than I can remember liking the season in a long time. And what do we have to look forward to? There's one coming up coming on us fast. And which one is it? Like,
it's the challenge. It's the challenge season 39. 39. Trip for a new champion or something for a new champion, because everyone on it has never won a championship, and the only way you're going to see a champion is when they come in as mercenaries.
Is Bessie on it?
I don't think so. Well, you know what? But then, so does that mean that he wins? Oh my God, conspiracy!
Oh, I hope not.
Oh my God, that's funny though. All right, well, for Dan and Pam, I'm Dan. Well, for Pam, I'm Dan. That's what I should have said. And I'm sure Jen will be back. She had so much going on this week. So so hopefully we'll all be back for the final. We're probably gonna film it next Monday, unfortunately, because we're just so damn busy with work and whatnot, and our schedules aren't lining up. So stay tuned for that. Yes,
but maybe we'll talk off camera about that. But maybe
I would do a Friday night, but I know it's a Friday night on the East Coast. It's 8 p.m. Maybe Jenna has plans. I don't want to get.
We'll see. I don't care.
I don't care either. I'll do this.
All right, because it might be Well, put us right #Friday night if you want us to put it in early. Get it in before Monday.
Get that in. Get that.
We love you guys. Thank you.
Yes. And we will see
Stan
you.
for pumping me up too. I was low energy before we started. Now I'm like,
I got you.
Wants to fight.
Yeah, a little pre-show. If you want to know about the pre-show talk, we were both like super tired from just working. We're just like drained, but we got into it. We did.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.
All right, bye guys. Bye, Dan.
Bye.